So here we are outside. This is the loadout test outdoors RCF 515 over a Bose Sub1, all battery powered. So let me show you what we got here. So here is my battery sources. Grant Maya is going to be controlling my mixer from the listening position. The EcoFlow Pro will be handling both the subwoofer and the top RCF 515. It's a powerful unit, over 720 watts. It can handle both units easily. Here's the 515. Here's the cheap man's case. I didn't buy the case. The case is $100, so I'm just using the box, and it protects the speaker pretty well. And if you look inside, there is the speaker adapter already set to go. There's a pole that's going to hold up the 515 from the subwoofer. Here is the Sub1. Comes with a case, very thin, but some protection. Here is my Yamaha mixer in a nice protective case. And here is a bag full of cables and accessories. So what I'm going to do is set this up. I'm going to time it and see how long it takes. I've never done this before. I have a feeling it's going to take a little longer than the Bose Pro 32 Sub1 that I compared it to in the last video. But here we go. I'll give you the setup time in a minute, or maybe more than a minute. Maybe, we'll see how many minutes. So there you have it, all set up. And I'm surprised it didn't take anything near the time I would predict. It was only 5 minutes. I was thinking more like 15. But it's important to have everything organized, cables, mixer, so everything snapped together real quickly. But on the other hand, if you're comparing this to a column array like the Bose Pro 32, so that's probably going to be 2 minutes or 3 minutes. But really, does it really matter at this point? 5 minutes is a pretty good time, and it looks great. Here's the side profile shot. Very light system, super portable. The top is 22 pounds. The subwoofer is the lightest I have found that performs like a real subwoofer, I say. 36 pounds, the Bose Sub1. And then even my power sources aren't very heavy. I believe the EcoFlow Pro is 10 pounds or so, 12 pounds. So this is a very portable system. It'll save your back. And let's hear how it sounds. I'm ready. Okay, everything is set up. Mixer is at unity. The RCF 515 is as high on the gain as I can get it before it starts clipping. It's actually blinking slightly, but nowhere near solid red, so this means it still has a little more headroom. The Bose Sub1 is at 12 noon, and the gain on the mixer is pumped up pretty high though, so I didn't even push it to red. I'm still wondering about the people who say they push their Sub2 to red. I guess they need 18-inch subs for those weddings, but this is plenty loud for this top, in my opinion. And like I said, it is not clipping red, the Sub1 at 12 noon. This is a song I created on GarageBand, so there'll be no YouTube copyright strike like they did for me the last time. So here we go. Hope you enjoy. What can I say? Oh my, that really impressed me. I don't know if I told you, this is the first time I'm ever testing this outside, these particular combination. The RCF, that was at its max volume. It started to sound a little strained. I would want to turn it down a little for the sake of longevity, but maybe it's able to handle it. Like RCF says, as long as it's not blinking solid red, you should be good. You have headroom. So this was just blinking slight red, and like I mentioned, the Bose Sub1 was in its zone. No problem at all. thing really kicks for a little sub, 36 pounds. Okay, that concludes our demo. I guess they called emergency services. It was just too loud. Maybe it broke some windows. Anyway, how does this compare with the Bose Pro 32 Sub1? Well, I would love to do it side by side. I've never done that, but I'm gonna say, I'm just thinking the Pro 32 might stay a little cleaner at this max volume of 127. I think the Bose might have a little more headroom. But as I mentioned in the previous video, this particular RCF has a certain sound signature. It's very, very clean, very super crystal clean on that high end, where the Bose just gives you that fuller mid-range sound. So I know for a gigging purpose, I would rather have a Bose to save my hearing. This is more of a point source type of speaker. If you're next to it, it's really gonna blow out your ears. Where Bose, the people in the front row, they don't complain so much about the sound. This is more of a beam sound, 100 degrees right at the front row. The Bose is 180 degrees. Anyway, that would be an interesting test side by side. I don't know if I'm gonna do that test. That's not gonna be easy to set up. But like I mentioned in the previous video, they're both the same price, a little under about $2,900 for the whole setup. Okay, that's for you to decide. I was surprised about the setup. I thought the setup on this particular system would be a lot longer than the Pro 32 column. I was incorrect. It's really not a factor. The weight is about the same for both systems. That's not a factor. So it all comes down to sound signature. Okay, this was fun. Hope you enjoyed. This is Bill.